Thank you. Oh, good evening, everyone. My name is Selena Lazarus, and I am one of the family engagement facilitators for the Office of Family Engagement. And I am over on the Henniger quadrant. I also have a couple of my other coworkers on, and I'm going to ask them to come off mute and introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Mary Lisa Wade. I am the Family Engagement Facilitator for the Corcoran Quadrant, which is on the south side.
Good evening, I'm Nina Vergara, and I'm a Family Engagement Facilitator at the Westside Quadrant. Welcome, everyone.
And we also have Erica Murray. She is the FEF on the east side, which is the Nottingham Quadrant, and Liberta Crouch, who is our FEF for Parent University. So welcome to our second of four CTE PTECH video chats for the 2024-2025 school year. Today we have Nick Lisi and Maureen Sweeney joining us to share all the wonderful information on CTE. Just a few housekeeping rules with asking that you remain on mute, and you can put your questions in the question and answer feature, and we'll answer them as we go along. If there are questions that you don't feel comfortable putting in there and you want to ask, if you can just wait until after the presentation, and then we'll let you come off mute and they'll be able to answer those questions for you. So take it away, Maureen, Nick. I'm not sure who's going first.
Thank you very much. And thank you, Office of Family Engagement, for hosting this for us. I'm going to, just to get started here, I'm going to introduce myself and then Maureen Sweeney, and we have some CTE admin on too. I just want to mention them. My name is Nick Lisi. I work with the Career and Tech Ed Office at Syracuse Schools. I support all of our programs and also work-based learning. And Ms. Sweeney, if you want to introduce yourself, and then I think we can get started.
Hi, my name is Maureen Sweeney. I'm a teacher on special assignment with the Career and Technical Education Department at Syracuse City, and I work primarily with our middle school students, middle school recruitment, and obviously these pathways.
Thanks, Maureen. And I do see some of our administrators on. So January, if you want to introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. I'm January Kelly. I am the Assistant Director of our Career and Tech Ed Pathways here at Syracuse City. I'm going to be the one in the chat answering all the questions to the best of my ability. Thank you so much for coming on. Nick and Maureen do such a great job putting together the PowerPoint, and Office of Family Engagement. You know, we work with them and you know, they get out, you know, they communicate so well with everyone. So we just appreciate everyone working together for all of our kids. Thank you.
Thanks, January. And Dr. Manning and Principal Straub from the STEAM School, I'm not sure if they're on, but if they're not, they will be on at the end to answer questions. I'll just pause for a second to see if they're on. If you gentlemen are on, if you could introduce yourselves. Okay, so they might not be on. That's fine. They promise they'll be on at the end to answer questions. So I think we can get started. Ms. Sweeney, if you can start the presentation for us. And again, thanks everyone for joining us. Here we go. Perfect. So this next slide, this is going to give us the agenda for tonight. So we're going to talk about all things CTE. We're going to talk about enrollment. We're going to talk about programs, what a PTECH program is. We're going to talk about the regional STEAM high school. Then we're going to talk about our partners that we have in business and industry and in higher education. We'll talk about career-ready practices, curriculum, CTE teachers, and then some more upcoming events, next steps, and then we're going to open it up for questions. So CTE at Syracuse City Schools is all of our programs are programs of choice. So those of you who are on, if there are 8th grade students and families, this is your year. So you'll have a number of programs to choose from. All of our programs, once you are in high school, in your program, they run 9th grade through 12th grade. And you'll take those classes at your high school. They are one period in 9th and 10th grade, and then there'll be 2 periods a day in 11th and 12th. In each of our programs, students have the opportunity to earn college level credits. And in the case of our PTECH programs, they can also earn an associate's degree. All of our programs offer students an opportunity to earn industry recognized certifications and credentials. And we started this last summer, and we're going to carry it into this next summer. You new 9th graders, when you guys are coming out, we're going to have a summer program for you. So we run that for all of our programs. So we're excited to offer that again this year. Here's CTE by the numbers. So you can see there on the left how we've grown. So from 2014, we had 4 programs. And now this year we'll be offering our 8th grade students up to 40 programs that they can select from. Our enrollment is continuing to increase, and we're excited about that. And we want to see that number continue to grow. We want all of our seats in CTE filled. So last year in 2023, at the end of the school year, the enrollment was just shy of 2,000 students enrolled in the CTE pathway. This is a lot, but we wanted to give you just a quick snapshot of all of our programs. So here are all your choices. Ms. Sweeney in just a minute is going to just tell you just a little bit about each one of these programs, but here they are. And we indicated the new programs by the word new. You can see it there. There's 9 of those. Those are all going to be offered at our STEAM school. If you want even more information than we give you tonight about these programs, and I'm going to say this a couple of times in this presentation, but the web page, the CTE web page on the district's website has detailed information and videos in some cases about each program, and you can dive deep into the information. There's curriculum for each of the programs, so there's a lot to learn about the programs right on our website. So our PTECH programs are listed at the top. We have PTECH programs offered at 4 of our high schools. The only high school that doesn't offer a PTECH program is Nottingham. So listed at the top, at ITC, we have electrical and mechanical technology. At PSLA, computer information systems and the RPAS, remotely piloted aircraft systems. At Henniger, we have health professions, clinical lab technology, health information technology. And at Corcoran, we have the semiconductor microchip technology program. And so PTECH stands for Pathways in Technology Early College High School. These are New York State grant funded programs. And they're designed in a way where the district partners with a community college and a business or industry for each of these PTECH programs. And they work together to support students throughout the whole program. They all require and offer a summer program. So 9th grade through, we call it year 6, because in PTECH, students can go an additional 2 years to complete and earn their associate's degree. But we want to carry that learning into the summer each year in a PTECH program. They each offer the opportunity to earn an associate's degree. And when students complete that associate's degree, they're first in line for a job, if they choose to work with the industry partner with that PTECH program. And this is all covered by the grant, so there's no cost to students or family. At the STEAM school, we're excited about our students being able to attend the STEAM school. It's the first ever STEAM high school in Central New York. STEAM has all of the curriculum is STEAM focused. That's science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. It's open to all students from our district and the OCM BOCES component districts. It's located across from ITC at the corner of South Saline and Adams Street. And if you've driven by it, you've seen all the construction that's going on. The building is being completely renovated. And it's going to offer state-of-the-art facilities and equipment in each of the labs. It's also going to offer sports, extracurricular, and after-school programs. The renovated historic Lincoln Auditorium is in the STEAM school. There's going to be college-level work offered in every pathway, and we will have mentoring, internships, and job shadows with top companies and arts organizations. And now Ms. Sweeney is going to walk us through, go high school by high school and talk a little bit about each program. Take it away, Ms. Sweeney.
Thank you, Mr. Lisi. So we start with the Public Service Leadership Academy at Fowler, also known as PSLA. This is a total pathway high school, which means that all of the students that attend PSLA are part of the career and technical education pathways. So I'm going to go through quite a few of them because PSLA starts off with our biggest at 14 pathways. We're going to do these in alpha order. So barbering. Barbering students work in an actual barber shop at PSLA. If you have a chance to visit the PSLA labs when we talk about open houses, please do so that you can actually see the environments that the students are working in. They gain hands-on experience dealing with clients. They learn how to maintain a professional work environment and provide professional services to real customers. This is one of those pathways that actually mixes classroom instruction with practical experience and the necessary skills. They would go on to possibly work in a barber shop, and they would be eligible for a temporary license, and this class will prepare them for their written and practical exam. Moving on to business technology, it would be for students who want to work in an office or business environment and learn about successful businesses. They might want to go into finance or insurance, but they want to learn about all of the components and digital platforms necessary to be successful. Computer forensics deals with all of the secrets and hidden details inside of your computer. And it takes a professional to find anything going on in your computer that maybe you might not want people to know about. This would be used in criminal justice. It would be used in fraud cases, email scams, phishing. So they learn techniques to search for and analyze the information inside a computer and then preserve it for potential evidence. Cosmetology, once again, we actually have a real salon at PSLA at Fowler for the students to gain hands-on experiences in people skills, nail tech, skin and hair care. And once again, they actually provide services to students, staff, and community members. They are also preparing for their New York State written and practical exam. Cybersecurity, we live in a very digital world, and while keeping in touch with everyone is important, there are cybersecurity attacks happening and dramatically increasing every single year. A student in the cybersecurity pathway would learn how to make online information more secure, protect users from the growing threats of cyber attacks, and the core concepts needed to be in an information security system. Electrical trade. These students might want to be electricians. This is a high demand skill and will continue to be well into the future. They could work on lighting systems, street lights, intercom systems, as well as exploring the different types of energy that power our world. EMT, or emergency medical technicians, are going to learn all of the skills that they need as a first responder to assess a dangerous situation, stabilizing a sick or injured person, all while maintaining their understanding and compassion. Students would be able to earn their EMT technical certification. Fire rescue is also part of what we call our First Responders Academy, and we have a strong partnership with the Syracuse Fire Department. These students would be going in and fighting fires. They learn how to use specialized equipment and have all of the necessary skills to respond to medical emergencies and developing critical thinking to handle the challenges and demands of fire protection. A crime scene investigator might want to go into forensic science. They would work in the criminal justice system to provide investigators with scientifically based information by analyzing physical evidence. Geospatial, we always get a lot of questions on this as to what is geospatial? Well, if you've ever used driving directions or maps or Waze on your phone, you're actually using a geographical information system. These are high-tech mapping that can be used to provide information about our Earth, finding objects, assessing real-world problems and solutions, planning a city, planning school site, distribution network, responding to emergencies. Our police and fire rescue use GIS, as does all of our government. Law enforcement, also part of that First Responders Academy that I mentioned, and this is a partnership with the Syracuse Police Department. Students might want to go to the police force, they might want to go into Homeland Security or another security system, and they would be trained for the workforce to meet the challenges of security in our world. Navy National Defense Corps, also known as NNDCC, assists students with the values of leadership and citizenship. This is for students that might want to go into the Navy or the military, but this program would benefit any students that are looking for leadership skills or citizenship skills. Two PTECH programs at PSLA include computer information systems, where students would learn about information processing, networks, hardware, software, taking apart computers, putting them back together, all the necessary skills and systems if your printer isn't working, troubleshooting, and just knowing how technology works. The RPAS, or Remotely Piloted Aircraft System, is also a PTECH program at PSLA. It's commonly known as our drone program. They learn how to make things work and design new things, building drones, repairing drones, flying drones. This is one of the fastest growing technologies in our country. It's not just used in the military, but businesses such as real estate, even roofing companies, and the students would have an opportunity to earn their FAA 107 pilot license for flying drones. And that's everything at PSLA at Fowler. Moving on to Corcoran High School, we have a few programs here, starting with the International Baccalaureate Program, also known as IB. This is a college preparatory program, and I'm not sure if Ms. Segroy is on, so I'm going to pause for a moment if she is on to unmute herself. Okay, we will have her at the expo talking to students as well as at the open house at Corcoran if you have any questions about that. So jumping right into the CTE pathways, HVACR stands for heating, ventilation, air conditioning, refrigeration, clean energy. So if you think of all the systems in your home that control the temperature in your refrigeration, there are mechanics installers that are necessary to maintain the system. So they would work on all the systems in homes, schools, hospitals, offices, or factories to keep the systems functioning. They might want to be repairing or installing. They work in all sorts of different spaces. And that once again, this is a high growing need in our area. The Manufacturing Technology Pre-Apprenticeship Program is a unique program where students learn all the aspects of manufacturing. And if you've been following the news, this is also a growing area in Syracuse, New York. This pathway will prepare students to become a registered apprenticeship or an industrial manufacturing technician. They would work with machines and tools to produce parts, instruments, tools. They have very specific equipment in their classroom. So once again, this is an area you might want to go to the open house at Corcoran to see this laboratory. The Urban Teacher Preparation Program has a partnership with Syracuse City School District. There is a growing demand and need for all sorts of educators, from teachers to teaching assistants, teacher aides, coaches, social workers, anything like that. So these students would want to have unique skills to work in an urban teaching setting. They learn through hands-on lessons, real-world experiences. They partner next door with the pre-K classrooms at Robert Elementary to get hands-on experience. And this prepares them to go on to a 2-year or 4-year degree program or to enter the Syracuse City School District as a teaching assistant. The welding program at Corcoran teaches students to build and repair metal structures, machines, equipment, and all of this obviously involves the equipment that uses heat to fuse the metal parts together. There is a partnership with the American Welding Society, and students are recognized for their work and partnerships with that. This year, we have a new PTECH program at Corcoran High School, and it's called Semiconductor Microchip Technology. This is going to prepare students for the microchip industry. They would work on industry standard equipment. They would learn to work in a simulated clean room. This is a partnership with Onondaga Community College and Micron, and students will perform the technical tests and experiments needed to produce the chips on wafer fabrication. So a new and exciting program that started just this year. The Institute of Technology, or also known as ITC, has a few programs as well. If you want to learn how to work on cars and engines or the design of automobiles, the Automotive Technology program is for you. It is a state-of-the-art facility. If you've ever driven by ITC, you know that it has automotive bay doors with lifts inside and actual cars inside that the students work on. And this is another area where you might want to visit to see this lab in action. Biotechnology would be useful to students who want to enter a field of medicine, biotech, or nursing, or any of the fields related to that. This is a STEM pathway where students are exposed to many levels of science and math and begin taking college courses in this pathway. Culinary arts is a very popular program at ITC, and there is a culinary arts full kitchen at ITC where students learn the latest culinary techniques, restaurant management, and all aspects of running or working in the restaurant or food industry or catering. Media communication. This is for students that might want to work behind or in front of the camera. You might have a budding journalist or a news desk anchor in your family that might want to go into media. They will learn about communication networks, social media, news magazines, and there's an actual television studio at ITC as part of their classroom. The two PTECH programs at ITC, electrical technology and mechanical technology, are sometimes called our pre-engineering pathways. These are PTECH programs. So as Nick mentioned, there's a partnership with Onondaga Community College to earn an electrical technology or mechanical technology associate's degree. The students in electrical technology would work on circuit boards and components and constructing, testing, and analyzing any sort of electronic repair systems, electronic hardware. In the mechanical technology program, when you visit that lab, you'll see lathes, mills, laser engravers, 3D printers, something called a CNC machine, one of the FANUC robot arms. So they would be able to work in computer-aided design. They learn 3D drawing and printing, and have many pathways to go into. Honecker High School, if you'll notice here, has all of our health-related programs, starting with medical assisting. This would be a student that might want to be in a medical office assisting the staff there. They would learn all about medical terminology and procedures where they would be the assistant to a doctor or medical person, a physician's assistant, anything like that. Clinical laboratory tech is kind of like what it sounds like, where they're conducting investigations, testing samples, analyzing information. They would learn about anatomy and physiology, anything related to body systems and structures. And that is a PTECH program. So once again, associated with Onondaga Community College and a associate's degree. HIT is Health Information Technology. This is someone who wants to work in a medical field, but they might not want to work directly in the office. They might be the front of office. They would learn medical technology. They would learn to use the information systems for collecting information. They would work in healthcare and patient data, which are big fields in this area. Also a PTECH program. The third PTECH program at Henniger is known as Health Professions. This gives students an edge in health careers. They would learn infection control, medical terminology, human growth and development, anatomy and physiology. They would study disease and the disease process, and once again, prepared to go on or finish their 2-year degree at Onondaga Community College. So 3 PTECH programs at Henniger, plus the medical assisting. This is kind of our health careers academy. Nottingham High School has a few PTECH programs. The business technology program I actually mentioned already at PSLA at Fowler. This is one program that's actually located at 2 different high schools. So if you have a student interested in being in the business field, once again, finance, insurance, or an office environment, they could apply to either PSLA or Nottingham for business. Construction technology teaches students essential skills in carpentry, drywall, painting, framing, roofing, doors and windows, all aspects of carpentry that go into buildings. And as you know, there's a lot of construction going on in Syracuse. So our construction tech students would be ready for the workforce. Creative expression and design is a new program at Nottingham this year, and designers could work in a wide variety of industry: fashion design, graphic design, architecture, computer design, industrial design, environmental design. So these programs teaches students the essential skills for that. And the partnership with this program is very unique. It is a partnership with the Syracuse University School of Design. So if you have a student interested in any aspect of design, this is the program for them. Last but not least at Nottingham is natural resources. This is all about the environment and the systems of our earth that work together: the air, water, land, soil. And students would look at the biological, ecological, and social impact of decisions and things going on in our environment. These students spend a lot of time outdoors. They generally like working in nature and with the environment. This brings us to all of the new programs that are going to be opening at the regional STEAM high school, starting with animation and game design. If you have a student that is very good at animation, they might want to make the visual effects for computer games, movies, or television. They might be really into the graphics or special effect artists. They might want to go into computer animation, innovative video, 2D, 3D, anything like that. This would be a program for them to explore. Business entrepreneurship will give students the skills and background necessary to explore techniques for becoming an entrepreneur or a business person. This might be looking at financial statements, entrepreneurial ventures, design thinking, business model development, sales, customer service, and basic economics. Construction management would prepare students for a career in the construction industry on the management side, such as a construction engineer, a site manager, a cost estimator, maybe the superintendent or supervisor on a construction site, the scheduler, the inspector. So they need a really good background in construction knowledge, as well as methods, materials, systems, layout, and the financial piece behind that as well. Data analytics will start at the STEAM school in September, and the fundamentals of data science would include: why is data being collected? What questions can data answer? Why do we collect data? How do we collect data? And interpretation of the patterns in data, visual tools, analytics, and using data to help plan and prepare for all sorts of things in business and industry. Entertainment and engineering comes into play if you've ever been to a concert, a play, a show. There's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes. These students would learn set design, construction, wardrobe, costume design and production, audio and lighting design. They would be the people setting up before the concert starts, tearing down. They might be front of house management, all the technology that goes into producing everything that we enjoy in entertainment. Robotics and automation. Everything in our world has been growing tremendously in the area of AI, software development, and having robots do a lot of things. Many things have become automated. So this would be the basics of how to design, program, build robots, how they talk to each other, identifying all the mechanical and electrical components, as well as the computer-aided design to produce and program a robot. Oh, I skipped over performing arts. I'm so sorry. So performing arts, and it went very naturally with entertainment engineering. So entertainment engineering, we're behind the scenes. The performing arts are the ones that want to be in front of you. They're the people that want to be on the stage performing for you in all the concert shows or any aspect of performing arts, whether it's music, dance, or theater. So semiconductor manufacturing, this will be a program where students will be trained on state-of-the-art equipment. They will work in an actual simulated clean room in their high school. And once again, they will perform technical tests and experiments for semiconductor microchip production. They will actually wear the clean suits and suit up for their class so that they are having this real world experience. And last but not least is the visual arts. So this could be creative writing, 2D, 3D art, media, anything like that. So if you have a creative student, this is a pathway you might want to look into further. And I'm going to turn it back over to Mr. Lisi after that very long-winded 40 different pathways.
But that was great. Thank you, Ms. Sweeney. That was tremendous information, and thank you for sharing all that. And I just want to say again to folks on the call that there's more information about each of those programs on our website. Again, you can look at curriculum, you can look at videos, and you know, it's very nicely organized. There's on our website, which is the CTE page, easy to find from the home page. Hover over the word departments, select CTE, and there's links there to the STEAM school page. There's information on each of these programs. So now we're going to talk about partnerships in CTE. So every CTE program has partners with both business and community. And it starts with our advisory committees or councils. So each CTE program has a group of professionals that are associated with the skill in that program that we meet formally with 2 times a year, and oftentimes more than that, because our partners, our industry partners, work with us in a lot of different ways. They work with us as advisors, helping us and the teachers be sure that what they're teaching is current and the skills are still relevant and very relevant to getting a job, and also the equipment that we're using. We want to make sure that our advisory committee or council members see the equipment that we use to teach and make sure that it's still being used in industry. And if it's not, our district is very supportive of ensuring our students are using state-of-the-art equipment. They also, our partners, work with our students as career coaches or mentors. And this comes in a lot of different ways. We invite our industry and community partners into the classroom, into the CTE labs to work on projects with our students. And that helps our students begin to develop relationships with them, learn about industry and then their industry. And then as our students become in the program longer, like in 11th and 12th grade, they are going to offer, and they do offer our students internships and job shadows. So we invite the career coaches in to work with our students. We want them to be in school. We also have our students go and visit them at their business in 9th and 10th grade, and then in that 11th and 12th grade, when students are better prepared for spending more time in industry, that's when they're doing their internships and job shadowing. And they also help our students practice and learn what we call career-ready practices. We're going to talk more about this in a couple of slides, but essentially these are the practices of an excellent employee, the opportunities that we create to have our partners work with our students help our students practice these so they get good at them. We also have partners in post-secondary education. And so our college partners, we work with them in a lot of different ways. So in all of our programs, students can earn college credits. So they can earn them through Syracuse University. We also have programs that offer college credits from SUNY ESF. And many of our CTE teachers are approved to teach college level coursework in their CTE classroom. It's called dual credit. So students are earning their high school credit. At the same time, they're earning up to 3 college credits for one class. We again, many of our CTE teachers, they apply to be approved to teach it, and it's through the College Credit Now program at OCC. And then during that school year in their CTE class, students are earning college credits, transcripted credits, so it's transferable not only to OCC but to any college that students attend that will accept that credit. And then we have opportunities for students going to the college. So this is students taking a shuttle bus from their high school to the college during school, and they're taking their classes at college. And that's a tremendous opportunity for students because they're learning college in high school and earning college credits. Our PTECH programs, in our PTECH programs, our students' credits that they're earning are all aligned with an associate's degree. And we have partnerships with Onondaga Community College, SUNY Broome, and Mohawk Valley Community College. And so students in PTECH follow a pretty scripted scope and sequence of coursework. So when a student starts in 9th grade, their school counselor, and certainly it is shared with families, kind of know what courses students are going to take, or at least scheduled to take. Things happen throughout a student's time in high school where it can change, but we design it that way so students and families know what courses they're going to take and how many college credits they're going to earn, because our goal is we want our students in these pathways to take advantage of that early college piece. So we want students to be earning 24 up to about 36 college credits to be able to put towards their associate's degree. The grant allows students to take 2 additional years to complete, which is absolutely fine. They can go at their pace. But for students who are on track and moving through the sequence of coursework in high school, it positions them well to be able to earn their associate's degree with only 1 additional year. And here are the career-ready practices that I mentioned just a little bit ago. And these are national standards. We didn't make these up. These are recognized by industry around the country, and they're skills to prepare students for college and career. And as you can see, if you can read those, they are the skills that our business partners tell us are really the most important. These are skills of a good employee. These are communication skills, and these are being creative and innovative, and being able to use and accept technology in their work. And so we practice these. Students are not great at these when they start in 9th grade, but we hope as students work through and by 12th grade, they've really mastered these. Because again, our industry partners tell us this is what they're looking for. Yes, we teach technical skills. So do industry. This is hard for industry to teach. They want to see this when they're hiring students. So we work hard at these, we practice these.
Switching back to me for the moment, I'm going to talk about CTE programs and curriculum. We always say with our curriculum, we're actually starting with the end in mind. Where do we want the students to end up? What do we want them to know and learn and be able to do when they graduate from our CTE programs? We're always looking to develop our curriculum with ongoing support in industry from our business partners and from our higher education partners. We not only want to stay current in what equipment the students are using, but what are the concepts and skills that they need in order to become college and career ready from our programs. We ask our teachers to look at the curriculum, write it, revise it, and we provide support in that area, time for them to do that. And we have curriculum writers that work with them in order to help them update and keep their curriculum to their most current. Our curriculums are also submitted to the New York State Education Department for our programs to become approved. The content is aligned to industry standards. As Nick mentioned, we incorporate those career-ready practices in every year of the curriculum. A 100 level curriculum would be the 9th graders and where they start, moving all the way up to 400, which is their senior year. The curriculum is on our website, so if you want to see what your student would be learning in a particular pathway, you can actually look at the curriculum and what are the objectives and activities and things that they will be doing throughout their time in a CTE pathway. There are opportunities in our programs to earn national credentials, such as licenses and things like that, college credit, college degrees, even certificates for certain programs. So these give them actual skills, things that they can put on a resume, once again, to get them ready for college and career. Our CTE teachers are pretty unique people. In fact, many of them might not have started out as teachers at all. They come from business and industry, and our strong partnership with business and industry allow us to recruit and prepare our teachers. We work with industry, the community, and higher education to cast that net to find out who might be the best teacher for a certain pathway. We're always looking for people. At a meeting the other day, someone said, retired industry partners make the best teachers because they've had the actual workplace experience in HVAC or whatever the pathway might be, but now they want to spend time with children, teaching them all of the skills and knowledge that they know. It is critical to collaborate with New York State Education and Higher Ed to get our teachers certified because they didn't go through a traditional teaching pathway in college. As I said, they come from business or industry and now might need some coursework in classroom management or writing lesson plans or anything like that. And we work with the state ed so that they do become New York State certified in their career. Professional development is providing them support throughout the year, throughout the summer, so that they are able to develop as teachers. And all of them participate in a 26-day SREB training with ongoing coaching. This is a partnership we have with the Southern Regional Education Board to prepare our new teachers to become the voice of the CTE classroom.
So we're going to conclude with just some data about CTE. So students enrolled in CTE pathways, because students are choosing this class, there's increased engagement. When students are picking this class, they're interested in it, they are really engaged in it. They come to class. Students in CTE have better attendance than students not in CTE classes. Students are earning a higher GPA in their coursework, and students enrolled in a CTE pathway are graduating at a higher rate than students who are not. And all the training that students are getting in the class is really preparing them well for either both college and career, whatever they choose, or both. So here it is again, just another nod to our website. So tons of information there. So please visit from SCSD homepage, hover under the word departments, select CTE. You'll see the links to all this information. It's a very easy to navigate webpage. And a few next steps, things that are coming up. So the high school choice timeline, the high school choice form is going to be mailed home to families. It's being asked to be returned to middle school counselors by January 15th. CTE interest forms will be completed in the student's school. And members of our team are going to, again, go to the middle schools and work with students to help complete that interest form. We did it last year. It was great. We're going to do it again this year, where we go to each of the middle schools and we work for a class period with students as they're filling these out. So we're there in person to be able to answer any questions they have about the programs. And here's some more upcoming events. So we're going to do this same presentation on October 29th and 31st. On the 22nd of October and 24th, the presentations are going to focus specifically on the STEAM, Regional STEAM High School. And then on November 5th and the 7th, the folks from our registration office will be on to talk about the registration and selection process. And then we're going to have an open Q&A session on November 12th to have an open dialogue of any questions that anyone has. By then, we will have gone through a lot of information and we'll be on to be able to answer any questions. All of our 8th grade students are going to be able to attend an expo. We call it the CTE Expo, where every program is going to be represented there. There'll be the instructor for that program there. And we're excited to have it at the Everson Museum of Art this year. And we're opening that up to students and parents to come that night on November 4th from 6 to 8 to, again, meet the teachers and be able to ask us questions in advance or in person. And we're also going to open up the high schools for an open house for our families to come and be inside the CTE labs. So you can see the dates there. This information is also going to be shared in a variety of ways, but here it is for you now. And this is a cool chance too to come into the schools, the high schools. You'll be in the labs. Hopefully some of the teachers will be there, but at the very least, students are going to walk through and be able to see the equipment that we have available. So here's the folks that can answer questions specifically from you. So if you have any questions at any time throughout this process, you can take a quick snapshot of this with your phone. These are the administrators and their email addresses, so you can send them questions. The phone number at the top is the phone number to the secondary and CTE office. They can direct your questions to any of these folks that will be able to answer them. Thanks, Ms. Sweeney. So I think we're going to open it up to questions. If anyone has any questions, the administrators are on so they can help answer them too. So in January, Ms. Kelly, thank you for answering the questions in the chat. But if there's any other questions, please let us know.
Thank you.
Nick, there was just a question that popped up. Can you, Maureen, share your screen again and have the open houses listed, please?
Yeah, absolutely. And let me just quickly say, Ms. Kelly, we're going to have all of this on the website too. So yes, we certainly can do this now, but just be assured that this information is going to be all posted, as well as a video of tonight's presentation. The presentation that we just gave is going to be on as a slideshow, so you'll be able to quickly bounce through it. And so yeah, and I'll do my best to get that up by tomorrow morning. Thanks, Ms. Sweeney, for doing that. While we have this up, is there any other questions? There you go. Thanks, Ms. Sweeney.
I don't see anything in the chat. They've all been answered.
Okay, super.
Let me see the question and answer feature, and there's nothing there.
Okay, great.
Does the summer school provide college credits?
You want me to take that?
Like
January?
summer school through
Does the summer
SCSD?
Oh, it didn't ask. You can come
Yeah.
off mute, Leslie, and ask that question, please. Yeah, it just says, does the summer school provide college credit? Not sure what that
Okay.
means.
I know that for our CTE programs, they can earn college credits in 11th and 12th grade through the school year, in the fall semester and also in the spring semester. Our PTECH students, they're able to start earning college credits as early as their sophomore year. And then our year 5 and year 6 students, which is technically your freshman year of college and your sophomore year of college, because under the grant, it gets paid for as they earn their associates, and they will have an opportunity to take a summer course or a winter course that OCC offers that will be covered under a grant. So I hope that answered your question.
Yes, she
If
said
you want to
she couldn't
talk,
come off, she couldn't come
Okay.
off mute. So, Ms. Leslie, if you want to put your information in the chat, we can take it down and then give you a call. It
Okay.
says this. Oh,
Oh,
you
do you hear me?
Just unmuted her.
Oh, okay.
Awesome. Okay. I apologize. I'm walking away from the tablet. It's pretty loud. So yeah, that does answer my question, but I know high school will be 9 through 12, and then summer school was spoken about like at the very beginning of the presentation.
Yeah.
So does the summer school provide college credits, but does it, I know she mentioned it starts in sophomore year, 11 and 12. So that is the only requirement, not in freshman or any other?
freshman years is a lot of like learning about the pathway even more, safety, just like the basic, like you build a foundation. And then sophomore year, as you dig deeper and keep building that foundation, there's that opportunity for college classes. Junior year, they can start going up to OCC. So that's kind of the progression of it.
Okay, well, that makes sense. That's even better. That makes
Okay.
it a whole lot of sense. Thank you.
And that's,
course.
I'll just talk.
Hold on one second. So there's someone else trying.
Yeah, I see a couple more questions in the
Yep,
chat.
so I see, ask a couple of questions. I cannot unmute myself. Okay, I will unmute you. Go ahead, Ping. Why is it not working? Yep. Oh, there you go. Okay, go ahead and
Hi.
ask your question.
Hi, thank you. So I have a couple questions. The first one is, my kids are in Ed Smith and they're supposed to go to Nottingham for high school in the district. Can they apply if they're interested in the health information? Can they apply for Henniger High School?
Yes. So the high school has shifted away from feeders from middle right to like Ed Smith you don't have to go to Nottingham.
Oh,
So
I see.
there's a high school choice form application that you can fill out with your child. And this might answer Adrian's question. So students can apply for up to 2 choices. So they have a choice 1 and a choice 2.
Okay.
The maximum seat capacity for most of our programs is 28. So we have 28 more students want to apply for it. It goes to a lottery system. That's why they can have more than one choice. The registration info sessions on the 5th and the 7th are going to be great answering all those types of questions. But yes, long-winded answer. Any student at Smith can apply to any program they want at any building in our district.
Okay, perfect. So the follow-up question would be, so when they go to Henniger, the students who go to PTECH program, are they going to be in the same homeroom and almost have the same kind of curriculum to choose the same kind of classes?
Yeah, so that's a great question. What we're doing as a district department, we're working with our teachers and all the high school counselors, and we're building roadmaps for all of our CTE programs. So say they were interested in the health science PTECH program over at Henniger. We've worked with those teachers and the school counselor over there to map out what their 4 years looks like. So yes, they would probably be grouped similarly. Henniger also offers AP and SUPA classes, right? So kids are going to have access to all that class, all those classes as well. But for the most part, the unique thing about CTE is kids are with the same teacher and their same kids all 4 years. So
Okay.
if they are in a health science program, if they're in a construction program, whatever program they're in,
Mm-hmm.
they have the same teacher all 4 years, and they're in the same group of kids.
Okay, that's good to know. So when they go to year 5 and year 6, are they still staying in high school or they're mainly in OCC?
So it's their dual enrollment. So they can graduate with Henniger after 4 years. But they're still a SCSD kid because our grant is still paying for their year 5 and year 6.
Yes.
After year 6, when they graduate from OCC, they would then be exited out of we use school tool. So they'd be exited out of our school tool system, and they would also earn their OCC diploma. So when they exit the program is when they exit school tool and SCSD, but it doesn't mean that they can't walk with their class at the Henniger graduation or wherever they go.
Okay, so will they still have a homeroom in Henniger on the year 5 and year 6?
No, they would be fully immersed in OCC.
Oh, okay.
But if they needed transportation, like we're working with, like the grant can allow them to take transportation from Henniger if they needed it. It pays for their books, their tuition, and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, got it. Thank you so much.
Of course. Adrian, did I hit all your questions? Let me scroll up. If a child changes their mind, they have more wiggle room when they're a freshman, to either exit a program or whatever high school they're at to see if there's room in other programs. The thing that Nick touched base on with the career practices, being in this program, like if I wanted to go to construction technology at Nottingham and say like, I'm a sophomore, junior, and I'm like, you know what? I really don't want to do this, but you learn so much that you can just carry over into a college you go to or into a different career that you go to. So we really do encourage kids to stay in the program to learn soft skills. They do career coaching events, where they start doing interviews and practicing what that looks like. They do resume building. They learn how to advocate for themselves, like in a workforce setting. So we do have kids that change their mind. I was talking to a couple of kids yesterday. I forget which program that they're in, but they're like, I love what I've learned, but I really want to try this in college. But they learn all of these skills that you really can't learn anywhere else than through our CTE program. So yes, kids change their mind. After sophomore year, it's hard to get into another program. We do technical endorsements. There's a lot of layers that go into it. Jack, sorry. I have 6-year-olds. There's a lot of layers that go into it, and completing the coursework is one of them. So after sophomore year, it's kind of hard to recover the 100 and 200 levels. But yeah, it happens. We just encourage them to, talk to their teacher, talk to their school counselor. There's 6 of us on the district team. We're around in buildings as much as we can too, just to talk to the kids. Hopefully that answers it.
Okay, there aren't any other questions in the chat. I will check the question and answer one last time. Nothing is there. So thank you everyone for joining us this evening, and please spread the word that we have a few more of these coming up, and you will be receiving the robocalls for them. So enjoy your evening, everyone. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Yep. Thank you,
Thanks,
everybody.
Office Family Engagement. Thanks for helping us.
You're welcome.